Hi, everybody. I'm here with Oscar, and I'm just making this video now to respond to a question that Dan Feldman posted on one of my posts the other day as a comment. So in my posts, I said, Hindus fighting, Muslims fighting, Christians fighting, even Tibetans fighting. This has to stop. There's only one God with many faces. Yeah. And Dan responds to me with a quote that says, religion is so prevalent because it provided a definite evolutionary advantage for those early humans who adopted it. When our ape-like ancestors gradually became more intelligent, individuals could rationally begin to question the power of their leader, a dangerous, dissipative force on the tribe. Thus, according to Wilson, a selective pressure was placed on intelligent apes to suspend reason and blindly obey the leader and his myths. And so that's coming from E.O. Wilson, sociobiologist. And so then Dan asks me, Alix, when you speak of God, are you really just speaking of a metaphor of the universe or the multiverse? I see no evidence of God except as a metaphor for the behavior of nature as an explanation for the mystery of life. When religion mixes with tribalism, things get very toxic. And E.O. Wilson sees humanism based on science as the effective antidote, the light and the way at last placed before us. So what I'll say is science, objective science at least, has its limits. And when I say God, I'm not talking about the multiverse or the universe. We could look at it like that, but even more fundamentally, if I want to talk about it in a physics perspective, I would talk about it as the perturbation that moves things. So when we study astrophysics or cosmology, yeah, Oscar, you got something to say? Say hello. Yeah. Hello. When we study astrophysics or biology, cosmology, we talk about a static system. We could talk about a star system, for example. And what puts it into motion, what makes a cloud turn into a star, what makes a static universe just full of energy turn into an animated universe of conscious beings. So the idea of consciousness itself has been debated. But when you look at perturbations such as a supernova or a Big Bang, anything of that nature, and if you go even beyond that, what caused the Big Bang? What caused the clouds? And you expand your consciousness all the way out into infinity. Your consciousness, your thought process reaches a what came first, the chicken or the egg type of paradox. So it's that perturbation that brings a paradox into your brain when you think about it, that no objective science can define, the infinities that cause all kinds of equations to blow up in physics, in quantum physics, and all kinds of physics. There's equations that blow up with infinities that scientists don't understand because science has a limit. And that limit, that paradox, that consciousness that makes everything move and causes the desire to animate and to exist, that is what I refer to as God. Yes, exactly. And as for the rest of what Dan is talking about, those are whole other topics entirely. So if anybody has an exact question on Dan's post, then go ahead and I will try to respond to it. So thank you very much. And say bye-bye, Oscar. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.